She smiled in every video, hyped her friend in public, helped her best friend build her brand from the ground up, and felt invisible standing next to success, so she betrayed the same friend who trusted her with everything. How far would jealousy push someone who feels left behind? Find out in this epic tale. Amara and Ada had been inseparable since secondary school in Surulere. Their friendship survived gossip, financial struggles, family pressure, and the chaos of growing up in Lagos. They were known as the duo, always together, always laughing, always planning for a future bigger than the cramped rooms they lived in. After secondary school, life separated them temporarily but never emotionally. Amara discovered her passion for content creation during long nights when she felt invisible to the world. She would record videos on her phone, speaking about confidence, young ambition, and survival in a city that demanded resilience. Her background wasn't glamorous. She lived in a small rented apartment with thin walls, constant generator noise, and unreliable electricity, but she turned it into storytelling fuel. Ada admired her. At least that's what it looked like. Ada worked at a boutique in Lekki. The store sold imported clothes, luxury handbags, and trendy accessories. She interacted daily with influencers and wealthy customers. Through observation, she learned how branding worked, how attention translated into money. When Amara decided to post consistently on Instagram and TikTok, Ada encouraged her loudly. "Post more," Ada would say while sitting on Amara's bed. "People need to see your face. You have presence." Amara smiled at those words. She believed Ada was her biggest supporter. Within months, Amara's content started gaining traction. Her videos were relatable, showing real struggles mixed with hope. Young girls followed her because she felt authentic. Brands began noticing her. One afternoon, she received an email from a skincare company offering payment for promotion. Amara screamed when she saw it. "Ada, look." Ada rushed over, pretending excitement. "See? I told you." This is only the beginning. They celebrated by cooking noodles together and dreaming about future deals. But inside Ada's chest, something uncomfortable was growing. Every time Amara's follower count increased, every time brands mentioned her name, Ada felt a strange mix of pride and comparison. People at the boutique sometimes recognized Ada because of Amara. "Are you not the best friend of that influencer girl?" customers would ask. Ada smiled, but she hated being identified as someone else's friend. That label made her feel secondary. Jealousy didn't explode immediately. It whispered. And Ada listened. The turning point didn't happen suddenly, it happened quietly. Amara trusted Ada completely. She shared her phone password, her brand email login, and even asked Ada to reply to messages sometimes when she was busy. "Can you just check the emails for me?" Amara asked one evening while editing content. "Of course," Ada replied casually. That access became dangerous. One night, after Amara fell asleep, her phone lit up with notifications from a brand discussing payment details. Ada saw the messages. Her heart started beating fast. The brand was confirming payment after a successful campaign. All the information, contract details, deadlines, bank transfer confirmation was there. A thought crossed her mind. What if I redirect this? She stared at the screen for a long time. It felt wrong. But her resentment whispered louder than her conscience. She doesn't even know how powerful these connections are, Ada thought. I help her with everything. I deserve something too. She created a new email address, one that looked almost identical to Amara's but had a slight spelling difference. Then she replied to the brand pretending to be Amara. Please update the payment account to this new one for convenience. She inserted her own bank details. Her hands were shaking as she pressed send. The next morning, the brand accepted the change without suspicion. Days later, payment reflected in Ada's account. When the notification appeared, she stared at it in shock. It actually worked. Instead of immediate guilt, she felt adrenaline. For the first time, she experienced money that came from deception but looked like opportunity. She told herself it was temporary. Just one transaction, she convinced herself. I'll fix it later. But greed rarely stops at one success. Soon, another brand email arrived. And again, Ada repeated the same trick. Each time, it became easier. Each successful manipulation made her fear less and desire more. Meanwhile, Amara noticed something strange: delays in payment confirmations and confusing responses from brands. She asked Ada about it. "Have you seen any updates?" Ada responded calmly. "Accounting departments are slow. Don't stress." Amara trusted her. Blind trust became the shield that protected betrayal. As the stolen payments continued, Ada became addicted not only to the money but to the power that came with control. Every time she redirected funds successfully, she felt smarter than the system. She convinced herself that she wasn't stealing, she was compensating herself for helping Amara build the brand. That lie made it easier to sleep at night. She upgraded her lifestyle quietly at first. New heels. New wigs. Expensive dinners with friends from the boutique who assumed she had started earning big through side investments. She posted pictures online carefully curated to suggest independence. Self-made. No shortcuts. People praised her confidence. Ironically, some of the outfits she wore were purchased with money earned from Amara's brand deals. Meanwhile, Amara began noticing small inconsistencies. Payment confirmations were delayed. Brand managers sometimes sounded confused during calls. One afternoon, she received a strange message from a client. "Why did you change your bank details without informing us properly?" Amara froze. She had not changed anything. Her hands trembled as she forwarded the message to Ada. "Did you see this? They think I updated something." Ada glanced at the screen and instantly recognized danger. This was one of the transactions she had manipulated. Her throat tightened, but she forced a calm expression. "Maybe their system glitched. Or maybe someone accessed my email," Amara replied slowly. That sentence hit harder than Amara intended. Ada felt exposed. For the first time, fear replaced greed. She realized that digital actions leave traces, and traces never disappear. Later that night, Amara checked her email history more carefully. She noticed login activity from unfamiliar locations. Her stomach dropped. "Someone has been logging into my account." She walked into the living room where Ada was sitting. "Did you access my account recently?" Ada's heart pounded violently. "What? No. Why would I?" Amara stared at her, searching for hesitation, guilt, anything. But Ada had mastered hiding emotion. "Stop accusing me," Ada snapped defensively. The argument escalated quickly. Their voices echoed through the apartment. Years of friendship now felt fragile, like glass under pressure. For the first time, doubt fully settled in Amara's mind. Trust was cracking. And once cracks appear, silence cannot repair them. After repeated suspicious transactions, the brand decided enough was enough. They escalated the issue internally. Their IT team pulled server logs. They examined email metadata, IP addresses, device fingerprints, login timestamps, bank transfer authorization trails. Technology began revealing patterns. The fraudulent emails originated from an account created shortly before the payment changes. The login activity pointed to a device frequently operating from the same network location as Ada's registered address. Evidence did not accuse directly, but it built a strong connection. Meanwhile, Amara also hired a digital consultant to audit her online accounts. The consultant ran security diagnostics. Within hours, he discovered unauthorized access logs and suspicious forwarding rules created inside her email settings. Someone had set up automatic forwarding so that certain brand emails were redirected. When the consultant showed her the findings, Amara felt physically sick. "This isn't random hacking," he explained. "This was manual manipulation. Someone with access intentionally changed settings." Amara's mind replayed moments. Ada handling her phone. Ada checking emails. Ada offering to help organize brand messages. Everything suddenly made sense. Her chest tightened with betrayal. She requested full transaction records from the brands. When the documents arrived, she saw bank accounts that did not belong to her, accounts linked to someone she trusted. Her best friend. Instead of confronting immediately in anger, Amara gathered proof carefully. She printed email screenshots, bank transfer confirmations, IP trace summaries, device logs. She wanted undeniable truth, not emotional accusations. That evening, she called Ada to sit down. The atmosphere felt heavier than usual. Amara placed the printed documents on the table. Explain this. Ada looked down. Her face lost color as she scanned the evidence. There was no escaping it. The digital footprint was staring at her. Her voice trembled. Where did you get all this? From the investigation I started after I realized someone betrayed me. Silence filled the room. Ada tried to speak, but excuses felt useless now. The proof was technical, precise, and undeniable. Tears finally broke through. I didn't think they would trace it back to me, she admitted. Those words shattered whatever hope remained for denial. Amara's eyes filled with pain. You weren't stealing from a company, she said quietly. You were stealing from me. That sentence hit harder than any legal threat. Ada collapsed emotionally. For the first time, guilt overwhelmed pride. But regret doesn't erase consequences. Authorities were contacted shortly after. Legal procedures moved quickly once evidence was submitted. The brand filed an official fraud complaint. Investigators interviewed both women separately. During questioning, digital records were presented. Ada could not deny what logs clearly showed. She confessed formally, explaining her jealousy, frustration, and temptation. Her confession reduced potential penalties slightly, but it did not remove responsibility. The money that remained in her account was frozen. Some funds were recovered through bank intervention. However, reputation damage spread faster than legal resolution. Screenshots of anonymous discussions about the case circulated online. People who once admired Ada's online presence now criticized her. Fake success. Built on betrayal. Scammer exposed. The boutique where she worked suspended her immediately after learning about the fraud investigation. Her manager told her calmly, "We cannot keep someone under investigation for financial misconduct." That dismissal hurt deeply. Not because of the job, but because it represented public rejection. Friends distanced themselves. Group chats became silent when she entered. The attention she once desired transformed into embarrassment. Meanwhile, Amara chose not to publicly attack Ada. Instead, she posted a transparent message about strengthening security systems and learning from betrayal. She refused to turn the situation into public humiliation. That decision earned respect from brands and followers. Opportunities increased because companies saw how professionally she handled crisis. Months passed. Ada reached rock bottom. She moved back to her family home temporarily. She avoided social media. One evening, she sent Amara a message. "I know I destroyed our friendship. I know apologies cannot fix it. But I'm truly sorry." Amara read it slowly. Forgiveness did not come instantly. Trust had been permanently altered. But hatred was not something she wanted to carry either. She replied, "I forgive you, but forgiveness doesn't mean restoration." Ada understood. From that moment, their relationship changed into distance with dignity. Ada began rebuilding quietly, taking online courses in digital marketing and learning about cybersecurity so she understood how easily systems can expose wrongdoing. She chose a harder path now. One built on integrity. Amara continued growing her platform stronger than before. The betrayal became part of her story not as weakness, but as a lesson in boundaries.